For a college student with no or minimal income, it might seem like starting to build your credit is impossible. It's not. How are you guys doing today? My name is Apple, and today we are filling in the financial gap between schools and the real world. And if there's one question that I get asked more than any other question by my peers, by people online, it is, what is the easiest credit card to get approved for as a student? How can I start building my credit score the easiest? And this is going to be a video addressing that question in full, all right? So let's do it. First off, the first thing I just got to get out of the way is that there is no one card. I'm going to give you guys some options, some thoughts, but there is no one end-all be-all card that is just the easiest to get and that anybody can get. There's nothing that you're guaranteed to get approved for, so I'm not going to give you guys a specific card. I'm going to tell you guys how to find the card that is right for you and that you will get approved for, but there is no one end-all be-all card that is going to have everybody get approved for it, because that just doesn't exist. But honestly, your first credit card doesn't even matter anyway. I made a whole video on why your first credit card does not matter. So if you haven't seen that yet, check it out. But people put way too much importance on their first credit card, and it really, really does not matter. The only caveat to this is Credit One. So Credit One is just a terrible, terrible choice. I'm gonna make a whole video on why Credit One is just so bad. I just get angry every time I think about them. It's just such a bad system. As long as you don't get a Credit One card, you're on track for a good choice right there. All right, but for your first credit card as a student, what you gotta know are the 3 S's, all right, guys? So the 3 S's are the cards that you are gonna wanna look for, all right? So starter cards is the first S, and we're gonna talk about each one of these. So starter cards, student cards, and secured cards, all right? So these are gonna be where you're gonna wanna look for your very first credit card. So a starter card is really any card that doesn't earn you any benefits, doesn't have any perks to it, doesn't have any annual fees. All right, that's my criteria for a starter card. Just no perks, no annual fees, no nothing. Just the bare bones basic card for building credit. So think of like the Capital One Platinum card. That's like the quintessential starter card. With student cards, any card that has student in the name, obviously, and these cards are targeted at students, and they're easier to get approved for, and they know that students aren't gonna have as much income, so they set the bar lower for these cards because they know students aren't gonna have a ton of income coming in. And then secured cards. So I'm gonna make a whole video about secured cards, but essentially what you gotta know is with a secured card, you put down a deposit with the card issuer. So say you put down a $500 deposit on a secured credit card, your line of credit, your available credit on this secured card is now $500. So with secured cards, banks know that even if you don't pay them, they can just take your deposit and they're good to go. So that's why banks are more lenient with these cards. They'll give them to people who are more risky borrowers, but this could be a good option for you if you're looking for your very first credit card. Now, where do you want to look for these cards? You want to look at the bank where you already bank with. So if you already have a banking relationship with, say, Chase or US Bank or Wells Fargo, then you're going to go to this bank and you're going to talk to a banker about either a starter, a student, or a secured card. You're going to ask them about these 3 types of cards and see what they can do for you. Now, why is this the beneficial option? Why do you want to go to the bank that you already do business with? Obviously, you already have a relationship with them. If they see that you've been banking with them for multiple years, maybe 3 to potentially even 10 years, then they're going to be much more willing to work with you because they know that you're responsible, you're not closing down accounts left and right, hopefully. So they're going to be a lot more willing to work with you if you have that long history built up. Additionally, banks want you to go further and further down their funnel. So like with any business, a bank has a funnel, all right? So let's just draw out the bank's funnel. All right, this is a bank funnel. At the top, they've got their bank accounts. So usually free, and it's free to use their bank account. Usually there might be some fees associated with that, but usually bank account's free. Next step down is going to be credit cards. So credit cards, if you're using them right, are also free, but that's one step further down the funnel because now banks can start making interest money off of you. With the bank account, they're paying you interest maybe, and with the credit cards, they are now taking your money as interest. Now moving further down the funnel, we've got things like auto loans, mortgages, and stuff like that, where banks are making more and more money off of you. So the deeper that relationship goes, the deeper down the funnel they can take you, the more money they're making off of you. That's why they're a lot more willing to take you from the bank account to the credit card, because they hopefully think that you're going to stick with them for maybe an auto loan, a mortgage, stuff like that. So they want to get you down their funnel. And it's easier for them to sell things to existing customers, like we said before, auto loans, mortgages. It's a lot easier for them to sell that to you if you've already built a long relationship with them. You already trust them as a bank. And that's why that's why it's beneficial for you to approach a bank that you already do business with when looking for that new credit card, all right? So how do you do this? How do you actually go about doing this? I'll tell you what I did first, and then I'll give you some suggestions based on that. So essentially, when I wanted my first credit card, I had turned 18 a couple months ago, and I was like, you know what? I should really start building credit. I'd been watching Graham Stephan's videos about credit cards, and those really just got me inspired to start building credit at the age of 18. So what I did is I'd been banking with US Bank for probably close to 8 years at that point. Probably since I was about 10 or 12, I'd had a bank account, had a savings account. So I go to US Bank and I just basically ask them, like, okay, I am a high school student, I'm a senior, and I'm just looking to start building my credit. What can you do for me? They asked me some questions. They asked me what my income was, if I had any debt obligations, which I didn't, thankfully. And I had some income coming in, which was good, but again, that's not totally necessary for these credit cards, for these student starter and secured cards. It's not totally necessary that you have income coming in. That is crucial to know, but it definitely will benefit your case if you do have income coming in. You're going to be able to get a lot higher credit lines, and you're just going to be able to get approved for more cards if you do have that consistent income coming in. But I was able to get approved for my first card. It was a starter card. US Bank has some student card. They have a student card. It's kind of like under the radar though. And then they don't really do much with secured cards. So they got me their starter card, US Bank Platinum card. It's like super generic starter card. I mean, there's no fee, there's no benefits. It's just for building credit. So I've been using that for a while. It's been really good for building my credit. So what I would say a good route for you would be to, again, just go into your bank and talk with the banker. Just tell them where you're at, tell them what your income's like, stuff like that, and just see what they can do for you. Because I mean, bankers are going to know the most about what's up at their bank, what they can offer to you. So just looking on their website isn't going to be totally as beneficial as actually talking to somebody. If you don't actually want to go in branch, you could call them up. Again, you're probably going to be sitting on hold for a good minute if you call up your bank, but I would say just go into branch, talk to a banker, see what they can hook you up with, and you will be well on your way to building credit. The easiest way to get approved for a credit card, the easiest card to get approved for as a college student is the card from your bank, from your brick and mortar or online, probably brick and mortar though, bank that you have been banking with for a long time, because you already have that relationship built up, and that is going to help you score some serious points with them in the case of approving you for a credit card. So if you guys did enjoy this video, and it brought you some value, be sure to subscribe down below if you made it all the way to the end. I would really, really appreciate that. Also, share this video with any friends you think might benefit from this information that don't have credit cards yet, and you're like, man, you should really be getting a credit card. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and until next time. Wait, I did not mean to clap yet. I was supposed to mention our sponsors in this video. Let me check. Oh wait, it's me. Well, in that case, if you are a college student or otherwise financially strapped individual looking to invest, I put together a completely free course. Link for that will be found in the description below. It's called $100 and a Smartphone, and it's going to walk you through the process of putting your first $100 to work from the comfort of your smartphone. Included in this course is a free 30-minute Skype call with yours truly. So if you want to talk through any personal finance related topics that relate to you personally, some one-on-one stuff, if you're interested all in that, be sure to sign up for one of those. And yeah, if you're interested in more details, the link will be in the description below, and it is 100% free.